Hi, today I'll be talking about three main types of rocks: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic, the cycles, and the different world views for these rocks. Now, you're probably wondering, who is the scientist that studies these rocks? They're called a peteorologist. It falls into the branch of geology, and a peteorologist is the study of rocks. I'll start off my presentation by talking about the igneous rock. This rock is formed by the cooling of magma or lava. Now, secular scientists believe that this rock originated from the Earth's cooling millions and billions of years ago. But, or should I say, however, when God created the earth and made the land on the third day, that's when the young earth scientists believe when it was made. And this is a closer look of an igneous rock. Now, the second rock that I'll discuss is the sedimentary rock. This rock is formed by the compactation of other organic rocks and some minerals. These sediments are formed by the erosion of other rocks and minerals. They are eroded by the sediments in the water hitting the rocks and the water dissolving. We also know that the erosion process was on a humongous scale during the imaginable flood. And then this is a closer look of the sedimentary rock. The last rock that I'll be explaining is the metamorphic rock. They are formed when a sedimentary, igneous, or metamorphic rock goes through heat and pressure and being close to hot, watery chemical solutions named hydrothermal fluids. These things are what makes the metamorphic rock. And this is what a metamorphic rock looks like. Let's move straight on to the rock cycle. And brace yourself, it's going to be long. You're probably wondering, what do the secular scientists believe about the rock cycle? They believe the igneous rock was formed from the earth when it came to existence, because they think it was lava and magma, and then it cooled, like I mentioned earlier. And due to the erosion, it slowly turned into sediments, and then the sediments compacted into sedimentary rock. And eventually, over time, the sediments fully turned into the sedimentary rock. And then, eventually over millions and millions of years, all of it did. And they think it was happening for 4 million years. The rock cycle also believes that a sedimentary rock can become magma again. They think it goes back up to the crust and hardens back to igneous rock, and so on and so forth. Metamorphism is another way that all rocks can go, including the igneous and sedimentary. And this could happen by erosion or being melted. But do you really think there is enough given time for all of this stuff to occur? Now, let's talk about the young earth scientist view. The one that I think is much more relatable and makes more sense. While some of the secular scientists' beliefs are true, like the oceanic plates moving under the continental plates and some of the metamorphism, however, the earth has not been around for millions and billions of years, only thousands. So, that means the rock cycle hasn't even gone through a minuscule percentage. In fact, they don't think even God designed the earth to go through a phase of the rock cycle. The only way it would be possible is through a catastrophic circumstances, like the flood. This means that the magma and lava come directly from the mantle. So when a big eruption happens, the magma comes out and the crust gets thicker. But since the law of conservation states that matter can't be made or get rid of, it just settles. Only in subduction zones left from the flood can certain sedimentary rocks be melted to magma. So, recapping on all that I said, is that the sediments could get compacted to a sedimentary rock. Then, the sedimentary rock can erode or weather back to the sediments. From the sedimentary rock, it can melt to magma or lava, and from that, it can harden to igneous rocks. And igneous rocks can melt back to magma or lava. And if the igneous loops back to the sediments by getting eroded or weathered, and also state that at any given point, the sedimentary or igneous rock can morph into a metamorphic rock. And if the metamorphic rock gets eroded or weathered, then it turns to sediments. And if melted, it turns to lava or magma. And that's all there is to it. That is to the rock cycle and rocks. I hope you have learned a thing or two about the rocks and the rock cycle. And remember, God was the one that made it all happen. Bye. Thank you for listening to my presentation.